Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace. Today I have an exciting video. For my fellow empaths, the highly sensitive people, because I know how we get drained, how we feel other people's emotions, and I'm not the only one, definitely, who was trying or is still trying to evolve and not feel these highly emotions from other people as much as we do. So my name is Grace. Welcome back. Stick around. I'm going to share those tips that will help you so much. It's the tips that I used to for me to evolve. Although I really wanted to evolve and stop feeling other people's emotions and stop being drained whenever I'm in public because it can mess your mental health and your emotional health. And I was feeling out of control. So I know, and I have seen this in a certain group that we talk about emotional things and spiritual deeper things, and people are really struggling to evolve, still struggling to balance, to have a balance as an empath. So it just motivated me to talk about this topic today and tell you how it feels, how great it feels to have groundness, to have balance as an empath. So some few years back, not so long ago, I think 2 years back or something, I was watching my favorite YouTubers who have helped me in this life as I evolve as a human being. And I was watching this particular person, he's Aaron Doughty. He is so good at tackling emotions. We actually share the same issue. And when he gave out his story of how he understands that he became an empath, we actually shared the same actual thing in common. So this his story is so similar to mine. So back when I was 7 years old, my mom lost her mother, who is my grandmother, and she was so emotionally, feeling low. And at that age, I just started tuning my emotions to help my mother, to be a emotional support for my mother, because no one was really there for her like I could have been. I was the last born at that moment. That was way before my other two sisters were born. So we shared that bond, and ever since then, uh, being that little and being an emotional support system to someone, it made me to be tuning to other people's emotions. So when my mother was stable enough and I am all grown, I could not hold back from supporting other people's emotions, feeling them, being their main support system, and it was draining me. It was one of the reasons why I struggled with mental health for so many years. And until recently, like 2 years back, it's when I realized, okay, I need to find a reason and I need to find the root of this issue. If I can handle it, if I can heal myself and evolve from uh that person to the person I am today, then that would be so great, because I don't want to feel headaches and stomach aches every time I go out in public and come back home. I don't want to feel drained. I don't want to feel emotional. Some emotions are not even mine. They're other people's pains and feelings. I couldn't control to absorb them. I was just like a sponge, which is really, really annoying and not very cool at all. So when I realized that when I was 7, it's when, because I remember the main thing that actually made me remember that I started the empathy, the highly sensitivity when I was 7 years old. It's because at some point I would find myself crying, and my mom would ask me, "Why are you crying?" And I would say, "No, I'm just remembering that grandma died." And that would be a whole reason for me to cry. And especially it would be, I am crying because maybe I don't want that particular food that you're eating that very day. But I would say that it's because of grandma. That's why I'm crying. So when now I'm grown, it's when I realized that it wasn't that it was so heavy on me because I was just a kid. Kids grow out of their feelings really quickly. And even though I was so close with my grandma at that particular age, it wasn't supposed to be that strong, or it wasn't supposed to imbalance me. So the issue came with my mother, supporting her, being the main support system for her. So when I started evolving, the first thing I had to do is to learn to say no. It's like creating that glass wall between the person I'm having a conversation with, or the people I am hanging out with, and my own emotions. It's not easy because at some point you have to feel like a dark empath. It's a recent term, by the way. I was doing research on it, and I discovered that those people who are dark empaths, they're more like narcissists. They have those tendencies. So at some point, I was feeling, due to starting saying no and having strong boundaries, I was feeling like a bad person. I was feeling like I am a dark empath. Like I'm not a good person anymore. Like I'm trying to manipulate other people. Although I'm not manipulative, I just feel other people's emotions, but I distinguish them from my own, so I'm able to just be a support system, but not take the entire negative emotions onto myself. So that grew, and I was feeling empowered, and I was drawing my boundaries and strengthening them, and it was feeling really great because it wasn't draining anymore. But that idea of saying no and not wanting to help everybody, because we empaths, the healers, we want to help everybody. The fact that you can't help everybody get out of their mess, or help them out of their dark moments, because we all have to go through those moments and learn from them, or evolve from that person to a better person. You have to just listen to them and not try to help them or try to heal them. So that was me. I was feeling kind of like a bad person because I can't help them the way I used to help them. Because I used to just listen to my friends, trying to fix their lives. Yet mine is falling apart because I'm taking all this negative energy, and I don't know how to let it go. I didn't have the tactics to, or ways of letting the emotions go. So I was piling up my own negative emotions, other people's emotions, and it was messing with me mentally, emotionally. I was just a wreck. So later on, after I started practicing, because this is something I was really, really willing to do, because I needed that boundary. I needed to evolve. I needed to be grounded. And so many people are having this need of groundness, but not everybody can be able to do that. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of acceptance, it takes a lot of saying no to things, saying no to people. And if people just want to drain you with their emotions, and they're not trying to improve them themselves, then you have to make that distance. You don't have to be available for them anymore. So saying no, keeping your distance, it doesn't feel good at some point, because once again, when you care about someone, I still have that in me so much strongly. When I care about someone, I tend to somehow absorb their emotions, because I am deeply connected with them. I'm really caring at that particular moment or season or whatever. And so it will start draining me. But I have this realization of, when I'm losing control, when I am feeling drained, and I realize this is not coming from me, it's coming from another person, it's coming from this particular person that I'm engaging with. So it is not easy, but sometimes I just tend to care less. Like, have apathy. Just know that they're struggling, know that, feel how they're feeling, not absorb it, but just know they are going through stuff and I can't help them until they are deep down willing to evolve, deep down willing to heal themselves or even find some help elsewhere. I can't be that supportive system anymore because it's toxic for me. So it's not easy, but it's so easy. It takes practice. Once you do it several times, it becomes like a normal thing and it's easy to deal with it as time goes by. And that way you'll be able to balance from both ends to protect yourself, protect your energy, and be mindful of what you're accepting in, and be conscious, and be able to distinguish between your emotions and other people's emotions. And you don't have to feel drained all the time. I feel so good these days when I go out or just hang in crowds and don't feel drained afterwards. I feel good that I can do other activities or even hang with more people or even hang out longer because I am still feeling energetic. I am not absorbent. I am not spongy, absorbing everybody's emotions. It feels so good, and that is the balance. It just takes you to be an empath. An empath, you just know people are going through things and just realize for your own safety, it's not everyone that you can help. You can only help people who are willing to be helped. And some people just need a listening ear, and that's all. Some need just a shoulder to cry on, and not a continuous thing that is going to take toll on you. So that is how I found the balance. That is how I've been able to cope with it from the moment I learned that lesson from uh, Aaron Doughty. It actually started with the tuning on the your third eye chakra. You tune it out to other people, feeling and understanding them, because it's a psychic thing. We are very highly intuitive as empaths. So you tune into other people's emotions from a spiritual or deep psychic level, and you forget about yourself. So when you want to ground and become an empath, you have to love yourself. You have to give yourself that energy. You have to think about yourself. You have to make it about yourself first. You have to feel like you're becoming a dark empath or a narcissist because you want to feed the energy to you as the first moments of training your third eye to focus on you. And that way your life will not feel falling will not be falling apart while you're trying to fix other people's lives, because we tend to do this. I see so many empaths saying, oh, I am done attracting unhealed people. I am done attracting people who are broken and just need therapy. And I just laugh about it because I've been there. I've been with that situation with friends, with partners, and it never felt like a good thing. Some people say empaths have a gift, and that gift is still a curse on the other side. And for now, the fact that I grounded myself, the fact that I'm able to balance it, it doesn't feel like a curse anymore. I use it to help other people. I use it for my own self, and I am on this balance level, which feels great. And I want that for you too, because I know how hard it can be. So it just take practice. Just start tuning the energy to yourself and not focusing on other people. When you feel like you're focusing on other people, be present. You can start by feeling everything that you have, like the fabric of your clothes touching your skin, like being present on that moment without focusing so much on the other person. That is feeding yourself all the energy that you need for you to be able to block other people's energies. If you're absorbing them really much, you can, if you're in nature, you can feel the trees, you can feel the leaves, you can feel, even in the house, you can feel the fabric of a chair, you can feel flowers, anything. Just bring yourself to the present, because when you tune in so much into the other person with that energy, your that eye chakra tuned into the other person, you're going to feel it on the psychic level. You're not going to lose focus, and it's going to be uh draining for you, because you're going to attract their energy, you're going to absorb their energy. So those are the tips that I used, and it have helped me so much so far. Like, I think I mastered that, I embodied it, so I am not an out of balance empathy anymore, and it feels so great. So I want the best for you, and I wish you all the best in your healing journey, in your balancing journey. Just know that you can do it, and remember, I love you. See you on the next video. Bye bye.